Alright, are we live? I think we're live. Great. Let me do my usual stuff with the tweeting and whatnot. You know the drill. Can you guys hear me alright? Am I coming through crystal clear? Because I hope I am. Okay. All right. Yep. We're live. Good. So how's everyone going? It's been a while since the last Sparky Engine stream. I know it's been a while. I'll be right back. Just needed to make sure I have my fluids in check. On point. Drinking it out of a thermos because it's warm water. I don't want any cold water. It's winter. It's freezing. So that's why. What's up, guys? My name is Cherno, and welcome to the next installment of the Sparky series. A beautiful series. Oh, man, I was going to do something today, but I totally forgot, like, half the files at work. Damn it. That's annoying. It's okay, though. Yeah, so we're going to, be working on Sparky today, obviously. Let's open that. But there are a few things that I want to go through. This is what we did last time. We should probably clean this up a little, at least. Let's see where we were at. What is up, guys? My name is Cherno. Lovely. What is up, guys? My name is Cherno. It's on loop. Where was that in? This was in. It's not even in here. We need to. Oh, okay. We've already done that. So these two. I'm gonna just kind of organize this a little bit right now. So I'll add a new thing called dependencies. Pop these fellas into there just so that they're like away, basically, and they're not even loaded, which is good. But just keep them away because really we're only interested in Sandbox and of course Sparky Core. What I was going to do was I was going to embed some assets such as source, sense, perlite. So you can see this is just a bunch of binary data that we can definitely compile into our code so that this just gets put into like the actual, so that this data isn't an external asset. So all of this binary that you see here will just get put into the lib file that Sparky Core generates, so that we always have access to this font, basically, is what I'm saying. Because if someone forgets to include it, or there are obviously a lot of problems with sometimes loading resources is difficult, or you might forget the file, or something goes wrong. It's just very messy to have an extra file that's just a font. So we're going to embed this into the engine so that it's actually in the lib. So this data just gets basically appended into the lib, and it can load it from there, which is good. But we probably won't. I was going to do that now, but that involves quite a bit of work because we basically have to copy and paste all this binary. This is like 36,000 lines, I think, of just binary data, and put this into like an unsigned char array. And the only problem with that is that I wrote a tool that does this for you. So I wrote like a little, basically it just reads in the binary data and then formats it with like a 0x at the front of each byte and a comma after each byte, so that you can just copy and so you can pass it through the tool, and then it's called like binary embedder. I don't know. It took like 10 minutes, so I could probably redo it here, but I might save that for next time. And then, yeah, it spits out a nice text file with all of your nicely formatted bytes, which you can just paste into a file, and then have it as an array. But I probably won't do that now because that's kind of redundant work, and I might work on something else instead. So that's the plan. All these test images obviously need to go. So we're going to focus on a bit of cleanup stuff today, I think. Release shouldn't be here at all. Why is that here? I'm pretty sure this doesn't actually happen. It's cute that it thinks they're objects. That's not committed. That shouldn't be here. Because all of our stuff obviously has to get built into bin. So, which is in Sparky, then bin. So I'm actually quite confused as to why that's there. Weird. But yeah, so those are some of the exciting things we'll be doing today. Yeah, cool. Yeah, a bunch of stuff here as well. That is kind of Sparky core to do. General things. I love writing this stuff. It's great. Alright. So, yeah, this is a lot of things to do. We're not going to focus on that now. We're just going to kind of focus on it as we need it. So we don't need it right now, so it's totally fine. But we'll focus on this stuff as we need it. So as the need for it arises, I'll just quickly implement it, basically. That's the plan. But we can do some pretty cool things here. I mean, where's the original? Here it is. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple as to what we actually need to do. This shouldn't be... This should actually just be that, though. So it's a bit weird that I wrote it this way, I think. That won't even compile. Hang on. What do we need? We need a const of the type. So char const rather than const char, right? Huh. Okay. Well, if it works, it works. But they're completely different, so weird. Yeah, here we just have a bunch of consts. That's fine. Char const. God damn it. So we can only most cases here, it looks like. This stuff we can probably get rid of. I've just left it here for now, though. Yeah, you know, the logging's not bad. I might change the buffer a little bit. As in, I might bring that into a hash define instead, and then this assert is just a disaster, but I kind of want to leave it here because I can't be bothered fixing it, so... Yeah. Alright, cool. Everything else is pretty good, though. We've got some pretty good logging going on. Okay, game, I think, is... Our sandboxes, yep. We should have called it application or something. But oh well, alright, back we go. So, let's get rid of the sound manager, I guess. We'll comment it for now. Just so we don't get my voice all the time. Not that that's a bad thing, but yeah. Okay, and then that's all good in the hood. So we're going to do a few things today. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do yet, but I will think about it. I think our script and build is perfect as well. Yeah, so default font to be embedded, this is going to actually happen. Let's just see if I've got any other to-dos. Oh, wow. Oh, that's not even mine. Why? Okay. So just in log and a few in window. Oh, logging stuff. Yeah, so we should probably have logging for this stuff as well. Obviously this stuff will be turned off though in a hash define. So you can turn this off for like release builds. Or distribution builds rather. Well, depending on how you structure this. Cool. So yeah. So what we're probably going to do is kind of... Because we're at the point where the 2D side of the engine is basically complete, there are a few things we want to do, such as blend modes and like clipping and masking and a few little things here and there that aren't massively major. We want on full... We don't have full screen support. We should probably do that, yeah. It's just a bit annoying to test that on stream, but because we've got more or less a few easy things to do that don't really require too much effort, or they require... Masking is probably going to take a little bit of time, but most of the stuff isn't major. I'm actually... This release folder just shouldn't... Why? When did that get created? 3rd of April. Huh. Let's just delete it. See what happens. See if it regenerates it. It shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. Okay. Weird. Let's clean that and rebuild it. We've got a shit ton of warnings. We should probably. I'm gonna fix a few of these warnings in a minute because there are too many warnings. 67. Yeah. Okay. Oh, serialization is a big one. But see, the other thing is that isn't specific to 2D. So the whole 2D epic for Sparky, and by epic I mean like, in like a software development kind of management term. The archive channel is up. Yep. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by people now. But the archive channel is up. It doesn't have its own URL yet because it hasn't been 30 days since I started it, and I think I need 500 subscribers as well. But I'll link you guys in the chat in a minute. Let me just get the URL for that. All right, here's the URL. Oh, I had to log in Twitch, really? Come on. I was already logged in. Worst. Are you kidding me? What the heck just happened? Okay, Twitch, fine. Be like that. That was weird. Let's pop out the chat again. I logged into... I don't know, it was weird. I'm not going to spend time talking about it, though. Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically, oh, we got errors. What? Why did we get errors? Oh, they're IntelliSense errors. Okay. Okay, so these things we're gonna handle. So the other thing that kind of bothers me is we don't really have a common header that everything should enclose, as well as we don't really have a Sparky. So here's what we're going to do. Into source, I'm going to add a new item. We're going to do a few things. So there's going to be Sparky types, which for now is just going to be literally, I'm not sure if I should capitalize that or not, but like for now, I might combine this somewhere because it's probably going to be quite short, but we're just going to have some type defs. So first of all, unsigned char is going to be a byte, and unsigned int is going to be a uint. So this will just make a few things a bit easier. Namely stuff like this. So can include Sparky types, and we can fix this really easily because it's typing unsigned everywhere. It's just going to get a bit messy. So like here, instead of having to type unsigned int, we can just do uint. So it's a touch nicer. And we can kind of just stick use everywhere and fix this whole thing. And what's that? Possible loss of stuff. Okay, possible int to const float. What's getting converted from an int to const float? I'm guessing size. Well, I mean, okay. Why? Oh, really? Why is that a float? I didn't know you could take in points. So you can have like 0.5 and stuff. Should we change this to a float? I guess we should. Why not? I guess you can have decimal fonts, can't you? Okay, well, done. And it goes into an unsigned int. Let's not do that. So changing this API around a little. Can't believe we went from an int to an unsigned int as well. That's weird. Return. What's wrong with that? Conversion const float to, yeah. Fix that. Fixing these warnings like a boss here. Uint. Return. Okay, so we're from double to float. Okay, that's fine. So we will cast that to a float. I'd rather do it after we do the We can do this instead, and that will result in possibly slightly higher accuracy, but I don't know if it's really that necessary. I guess this would be better code, so we'll do it this way. Whoa. Alright. I don't know if I should make it like this, though. Instead of... I kind of feel like that's probably a bit better for low-level stuff. I don't know. My conventions are all over the place, I know. Bit weird. Same thing with this, because this stuff returns as floats. We can change... We can make some kind of use doubles kind of macro, if we like. I don't know if we like, though. We definitely need a common include header. I'll get around to that, I promise. Maybe. I do read the chat, just not all the time, otherwise I don't get everything done. API entry macro redefinition, yeah. Where else is it defined? Must be defined somewhere else. I don't know. API entry. We don't define that, do we? I don't think so. No, we don't. Weird. Okay, we'll go on that for now. Initializing conversion from const float. Oh, because that's a float. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it makes sense to cast these things. Probably to a uint as well. Okay. Fixing some things. Breaking other things, apparently. Okay, what's wrong here? Argument conversion from unsigned int to const float. What's an unsigned int? This thing, right? Yeah. Well, you know. Wait, what? What? Oh, right. I thought that was part of this. I was very scared for a minute. That's fine. I do want to change that to uint in a minute, but that's fine. What's wrong here exactly? What am I changing? Oh, size. Must be size. That's a vec2 though. Hang on. Where is it exactly? It's on that line. Oh, it must be these fellas. Really? You're gonna complain about that? Why are these const? What the hell? Was I drunk when I wrote this code? Let's not, let's not do this because it doesn't need to be that at all. I mean, they're 4 bytes, so it costs the same amount to pass a pointer as it does a thing. Weird. But let's do this instead. This is just for the sake of getting rid of this warning. But also, it's a bit better to handle this stuff. And then over here, we'll cast them to floats. What? Why did that cause an error? Ambiguous call. Yeah, okay. It's a bit annoying that it causes an error because it clearly doesn't think it's ambiguous. Let's not do this then. That was a bit of a bad idea, to be honest. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? I mean... Oh, good. We've only got 4 errors. Didn't we have like 60? Okay, so here it thinks that... What column 1? What does it think we're converting from unsigned into const float exactly? I mean, yeah, these I guess, but like, I don't want to have to write 0.0 everywhere. And it's not complaining here, so I think it's something else, to be honest, but it can't be anything else. What does this take? It doesn't take any, like, const float, so it has to be vector, right? Well, the easiest way we can check is just by doing this. It's just weird that it's complaining here and not in other places. Oh, here we go. Oh no, it is complaining everywhere. Fine. Whoa, let's not go that far. I might just turn these warnings off, to be honest. I'm not sure what kind of warning that is. It's C42. Let's find out. C4244. Levels 3 and 4. Oh, hang on. Is that level 2 or level 3 and 4? What? Which one is it? Oh, that might be different. What? Oh, yeah. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, they are different. Oh, so that's, what? What's BB? An unsigned short, and you're casting that, and that's still a lol? Okay, that's weird. We must not have it on 4. We should have it on 2, though. I think that's reasonable. We've got it on 3, yeah. Let's pop it to 2. See what happens. Okay. 2 seems to be fine. We'll keep it on warning. I think we'll keep it on 2. We'll keep it on 3 for debug. So we'll keep it on 2 for release and 3 for debug. I think that's fair. Cool. So we were in debug there, which is fine. Okay, great. So I'm pretty happy with that. Are you making a software renderer? Probably not. There's no reason to do that. We could, but that's just not required at all. So I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, cool. Okay, what's also this? Yeah, I don't care about you. So, the intermediate directory contains files shared with another project. Does it now? Does it now? Yeah, that's kind of the point, isn't it? That should not be a warning. What level is that? MSB 8028 rather. I'm just gonna quickly investigate that. I'm not sure what level that is. MSB, it's just not showing up really. Is it not on MSDN? Can I F1 that? Yes. No, I can't. Takes me to error list window. Alright, cool. Anyway, that aside, we've got some pretty sweet things here. So we might investigate clipping. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, I was going to fix the conversions for... Damn. I was going to fix the conversions for... just for this build. Sorry, just for the engine stuff. And that's the color, right? Is it? Yeah, why is that just 0 though? Everywhere else it's that. Yeah, okay. Alright, this should be a const reference. I'm not sure why it's not. Oh, it's a vector. Yeah, should be a... Wait, is it... What the hell is that? It's a vector of UVs. That should be a const reference. It'll get copied. Weird. At least I think it will. Yeah, well. But I think the contents... Yeah. Alright, more things. This is on debug though, that's why we're getting so many debug things. Why is that still lolling me? Oh, it must be this stuff. Yes, because that returns an unsigned int. Oh, yes. I was quite annoying there. So I probably don't need the point zeros everywhere. And it's going to be the same thing here. And these are floats. Okay. So for those of you just joining, we're just cleaning this up a bit and getting rid of some of the... I'm really curious to know where that's defined. I think it actually might just be in this file as well. It doesn't look like it though. No, it's not in this file. Yeah, not sure where this is previously defined. You know, it'd be good if you told me where it was defined, but you know, I guess you don't have to. We could investigate that, but I don't know if I can be bothered. Okay, cool. Shaders. We should make some default shaders. Yeah, let's do that. Been meaning to kind of get into that. Graphics, shaders. So we're going to move shader. We're going to be doing a few engine restructuring things here, by the way. So just make sure you know about that. One of the things I would like to do is actually adopt a new convention, which is capitalizing this stuff, because I want to set it apart. I want to set apart CPP files from C files by basically capitalizing, and the reason I'm going through this is because Visual Studio will not rename things properly. As you can see, I thought that would fix it, but it didn't, so we're going to have to probably edit some things here. Good, they're named properly on disk, but they're not named properly here. Yes, so as I was saying, we're going to adopt that because of C and whatnot. So I just want to be able to have the conventions a bit more clear. So what we'll do is we'll edit the VC proj. Unfortunately, we have to resort to this to just make sure that this stuff is capitalized, because it won't rename stuff by itself, which, you know, is incredibly annoying. So if we reload this, we will discard this stuff. It should maybe not. Maybe not. What's it done on disk? It shouldn't have changed anything on disk. It didn't change anything on disk. Why? Let's delete these. Oh my goodness, that just deleted them completely. Oh, why? Revert. Man, that was hateful. Don't know really what happened there. Okay, so we got back our shaders. Holy shit, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, Visual Studio just can't get over this stuff. It's a bit annoying. I might actually just close this. Okay, so we got shaders. We've got a folder now. Let's move them into the folder. Okay, they're in the folder. Let's edit the VC proj. Apparently not. Okay, yeah, it doesn't want to open it. Fair enough. Those are capital. Good. This might be in another file, actually, to be honest. Let's open that VC proj. It should be included in everything. So let's open that. Whoa. I did not mean to do that. Holy shit, I just moved shaders into like sandbox. Whoops. Whoa, that's... What? No, they were supposed to be there. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? And these fellas just are not included. What? What is going on right now? Let's open the filters file as well. That's definitely having some kind of problem. Okay, filters, shader. Okay, here we go. So let's close this. This is actually the worst. Yes, save everything. Go back here. Capital S. And they're not actually in there anymore. They're in shaders. This is the filter. Yeah, we won't worry about the filter. This is still annoying because it still should have totally been included. Oh. That should be it, yeah. This is actually the worst thing ever. I can't believe this. Okay, so source graphics shader. That's just not true. And that should be it. Good. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm actually going to be extremely surprised. Good. Okay. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Alright, let's change this a bit. Actually kind of don't like that. I do like the relative paths because they make a little bit more sense, to be honest. Okay, let's just compile to see where all of our errors are to do with shader. So, oh, there's not that many. I was going to do a find replace kind of thing. It's just all in that one. Okay. A bit weird, but okay. There'll be one in Sparky as well. Graphics. Okay, it's not there at all. Oh, that's it apparently. Like one thing includes shaders. Weird, but okay. Alright, that's built. Good. So shaders. So let's make a class called Shader Factory. Well, Pragma wants this. We will include shader, and we will namespace this. So this is just going to have a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to make this a class. That would be weird. We don't need to do that. We'll just pop it into... I don't really want to make it a class. I mean, there's no reason not to, but I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking that I might just do this instead. Because not that this will be any more efficient necessarily, but it is just generally, we just don't need a class for it. I don't want to mislead people being like, oh, it's a class, but no, it's actually just a bunch of things. So this is just going to be a bunch of, actually, hang on a minute. Actually, no. Oh. Let's just think real quick. What is this going to do exactly? It's going to have a bunch of, it's going to return a bunch of shaders. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a class. There's no reason not to make it a class though, so it doesn't matter, is what I'm saying. Okay, so shader, we'll make a few. So, so there'll be a default shader. And I'm capitalizing all of these just to, again, differentiate these from methods. So I don't want to make them like this, because they're not actually... I mean, what I would normally do in this case is do something like this, because this is not in a class, but I'm not doing that because this is like, it's like a factory, that's why. So the Cherno convention is extremely complex and changes almost every hour, but it's you're just gonna have to deal with that, is basically the deal. Oh, Eat Play Hate has arrived. Brilliant. Okay, so default shader, we'll call this, I don't even know. We'll make the default shader for now. I'm just gonna be happy to make a default shader. This is also going to be different based on the platform. So back here, basically copy this, minus the Pragma ones and minus that. And of course Visual Studio has just destroyed this. I wonder if I can like modify the formatting to be like actually good. Maybe, who knows. And we'll implement this. Okay, so the implementation of this is going to be, again, it's going to be a bunch of stuff. So, first of all, let's make some, what does shader want exactly? We should probably get some stuff to Cherno convention. Oh yeah, Cherno's only 3. Not that kind of convention. It wants a... oh crap. Okay, this is the other thing we need to add real quick. This needs to be able to basically take in source instead. So the problem is we have no way to differentiate these two sockets. So we could make a from file kind of thing instead, but you know, I just like being like, if you do this instead, since there's no path, you have to give it a name. That's usually my go-to to separate these. But what we'll also do is make some public static ones just for fun that basically do something like shader, and these will be, the problem with these is they'll be heap allocated, but that's fine. So from, I almost like the capitalization better. I've been doing too much C#. From, oh man. Okay, so the new Cherno convention has evolved. We'll have capital letters for functions which are like factory-like functions. So when they return things. So from file. Shader from source. I should probably do from string instead, but okay. And we'll go. I guess we'll say name as well. We might do. That'll confuse people. I think it's fair to give it a name though. Or we could do something like this. I just don't want to make it the last parameter because that would be weird. So we've got this like ecosystem here. Let's quickly just use Visual Assist for some help. This will be obviously static. Oops. Let's use Visual Assist real quick to assist us. I'm ordering these in like what, almost in order of importance because this was just called out obviously. So load, at the moment load will do this stuff. Don't want to do any of that stuff anymore. So we'll have a name. Simple. But we'll also so this shader ID load thing, load will basically load from source. So here's what we will do. We will, apart from having paths, we'll also have source. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because I'll eventually make some kind of really complicated shader compiler. Not really a shader compiler, obviously, but something that will pretty much point out where your code is. And the other thing is, once we get into platforms and we're not sure if it's loading things correctly, I had a problem recently when I was porting to Android, this stuff to Android, Sparky to Android, that my shader had, it wasn't being, like, the source wasn't getting, I don't know, something was being deleted and the source wasn't actually getting the shader. So I would constantly, it would constantly complain about not finding uniforms, but they do exist, and I was very weird. And then I wrote something that, it was very weird, and I ended up writing something that actually dumped the source for the shader into the console, and then I was like, oh, it's not there. So, it's useful to have, is what I'm saying. And for if you guys are concerned about, I don't know what you'd be concerned about, performance or something, I don't know. You can always we can always macro this so that it doesn't happen in distribution builds, basically. Okay, so name. This stuff is pretty basic. The only thing is, so you don't have to provide a name. You can use one of the factory kind of functions to do it. What am I doing? Vert source, right? Is that what I called it? Apparently not. I did call it that. What? Weird. Is that it? IntelliSense? Oh, right. It's because I don't have a... I was going to say, IntelliSense just needs to go home and rest. Okay, cool. We've got this stuff. We'll quickly add a name to this. Oh, we already did. Let's not do that. Okay, this is not going to assume stuff anymore. So what's going to happen is a bit different. This stuff is, first of all, going to disappear. So that's out, which is good. I really hated that code. So that's going to be here now. And then this, of course, will simply... okay, so this now is going to take in that. Load. A few of these things will change, but what does that want? I don't even know. Does that want to what? Does that want a reference to the? Oh my goodness me. Yeah, it wants a double point. Okay, fine. So that'll still be this then. I thought we might not need it now that there's a pointer, but we do need this because it's a double pointer. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So load will now have to take this stuff in, and just for the sake of this, we'll do a few things. So first of all, this now can kind of get removed because this turns into vert source and frag source. Frag source. That becomes this. And I think that's pretty good. So let's just quickly build that, make sure that's generally good. Now I'll have to create these fellas as well. So I'll create these. I don't know where I'll put them, to be honest. I'll probably put them at the top, just beneath the constructor. Or maybe, yeah, beneath the constructor. Okay, so shader result equals new shader vert path frag path return shader or return result, or just this instead. We'll do that. And that. Okay, so okay, that's not what I meant at all. Let's change that to source. Okay, best. So that's good. The reason this is good is because in our factory, we can do a few things now. So the idea is we have some things to compile. We can just make these kind of get compiled into the lib anyway. It'd probably be better to do this than to like heap allocate it or something. So that's probably the best form here. So what's going to happen is we're going to take our shader. We're going to make some default shaders. So first of all, this stuff. Whoa. let's not get too crazy. Back down. We'll take this. We're going to basically make a const char default shader. Oh, this is going to be bad. Enter Sublime Text. So Sublime Text is going to help us out here by doing a few things. So first of all, quote there, and a new line. Some nice help here from Sublime. Alright. This doesn't actually need to be like that, I just realized, because it's just, yeah. So this will be that. Well, we have to make sure that our formatting doesn't destroy this though. And then frag will be the same. So paste that here. So if you hold middle mouse, by the way, and just like drag, it'll basically duplicate your thing here. And then if you hit home, you'll get to the beginning. So quote there, new line, quote. And then that's obviously much faster than just doing other stuff. Default shader vert, const char default shader frags frag. All right. So then all we have to do here is return shader from source. We'll give it a name. We'll call it default shader. We'll call it, we'll give it default shader vet, default shader frag. Alright, so let's test this out now. So, going to delete this now, permanently, gone. Look at that, pretty cool, huh? It's nice not having to do that. We'll have to make some scripting ones, obviously, in a minute. Or some OpenGL, yes, I mean, because they work on Android as well. And iOS. We haven't tested that yet, though. Game. So the way we do this is we load this stuff in right now. So this is going to be different now. Instead of this, so Sparky will now include a few things. First of all, I don't like the way this is kind of done. What we'll do is we'll also include shaders. Include two things from shaders. I want shaders shader, and I want shader factory as well. Oh, whoops. And what we'll do is instead of this stuff, we can just set the shader equal to shader factory default shader. Okay. This should work. So let's build this and see what happens. That's just old. Entry point must be defined. What? In sandbox. What have I done? There's the entry point. What? 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 No object file specified libraries used. What? This is built, right? What the absolute shit is going on? The entry point must be defined. Yeah, we've got some intermediates, but that's fine. That's an incredibly weird error. Sorry about being super quiet. I'm in deep. Wait, is my microphone quiet? Is that what you mean? or do you mean I'm just not talking much? Feel free to share. Okay, I don't know why this is happening. I'm going to try adding arguments to main in a minute, but this is weird. First I'll try clean though. Let's clean project only though. What? What? It clearly cleaned the whole thing there. What? Oh man. What do you mean Sandbox has no CPP files? Whoa, you are right. What the hell? This is... Wait. What the absolute... Oh, I moved this accidentally. That's right. That's when I did my little mouse spasm. That makes sense. I was going to say. Yeah, thanks for noticing that. Yeah. I kind of did like a mouse flick accidentally, and I moved something, but I didn't quite see what. So now I know. But that was weird. Okay, so our shader's still fine. Okay, good. But that was weird. It cleaned the whole thing. I guess there was nothing to clean in here. Oh, well, there was. I don't know, man. That's weird. Very weird. Okay, so we got this. We could try the emscription version as well. Okay, so this probably shouldn't be the default shader. I'll call this one the... We'll call it something else. So we'll copy and paste this. And we'll call this like... we'll call this default... we'll call this the Sparky shader. Don't know what to call it, so I'd call it the light, like the I'll call it the basic light shader. I don't know. I mean, as in not as in lighting, as in just light. Nothing happened with Chernocraft. I basically finished that. But that was just a university project, so. Okay, so that's this one. Now let's modify this. So, a few things I want to add. Namely, that's the default shader. Basic light shader. I don't know, I might think of better names later, but basically, okay, so default shader is going to be a bit different. I wish we could collapse these. Okay, so we're not going to have stuff like, this can stay-ish, but I just don't want to have like light position and color. Like, that's a bit weird, we don't need that. We'll still have those, because they have to exist. Textures, we'll still have them. We won't have an intensity. So this will just basically be a normal shader. An actually normal shader. So let's see if this works. Good, it does. So there we go. There's our actually normal shader. And then we've got the basic light shader, which you can use if you want that weirdness. Well, let's not zoom in. I'll zoom out rather. Okay, so that's the default shader, and then there's the basic light shader. No, there's not, because I forgot to actually add it. Yoink. Oops. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, cool. So I think we'll stick with the default shader. Okay, cool. These are identical. Why do we have an if? Yeah, I know why. It's because I added the res folder later on. Okay, see, this is why we do this kind of stuff. We don't want to have an if this, if then do this thing. So back in Shader Factor, I'm going to grab these shaders because they're equivalent, though they should be at least. The only thing is the fragment only supports like 8 textures via branching and whatnot, so we'll fix that later. Okay, so we're doing our thing. So this is the emscription version. What do we call it? Just default shader. We're gonna change platform in a minute as well. Oh, we don't have a platform, but yeah, we'll right now we're only like emscription or no emscription, which is bad. So we need to change. We actually need to make a few platform defines, because now that we've got 3 platforms, Windows, web, and Android. Well, we don't have Android. I have Android. I just haven't actually committed that or worked on it officially, but I've got an Android build working. just not on this. And we're going to add Mac real soon as well, because I'll get around to that soon. Well, we're going to, since we got more than 2 platforms now, we need an actual, like, if platform is this rather than if platform this, else this. So, you know what I mean, ish. Okay, so where's this? Let's grab that. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this on my other monitor. How dare I? Yeah, I don't have any kind of bot in the chat right now. They keep leaving. I don't think they like me very much, those bots. Okay, so... Ooh. Is there an extra one there? What? Yeah, you shouldn't be here. Okay, that was weird. So, here's what's gonna happen. We're basically going to make a few different things. So, this will be if Sparky platform Win32. We might fix this later. We can do some else's. Elif. We should really do this instead, though, because oh wow, that was that. Yeah, that went further than I wanted it to. Okay, so elif. The reason I'm doing it this way is because we can, so that we can do like and, because this will obviously be working on Mac as well. And if so we'll have platform web. What? So we need to add this now. So Sparky Core first of all is getting these now. So all configurations for Win32, please. Preprocessor. Sparky platform Win32. Don't have any other config apparently. That's okay. We don't really need to have a Visual Studio config. In fact, oh, sorry, it's under. Oh, that's ridiculous. It's under. I remember. I need to switch the platform instead of the configuration. Term scripting. I'm also kind of developing a Sparky plugin for Visual Studio, just so you can compile it right in here. So there'll be like a Sparky drop-down menu, and then you can be like, build, and it'll build the web version and whatnot. So I'm working on that as well. So that should be good. I'm not sure why that's not glowy. Probably because it's actually that should be. Not sure. Okay, let's pop that in here as well, though. Yeah, maybe it needs a good old build. Whoa, what the heck? What? Sparky platform Win32. That is clearly defined. Wait. Apparently it might not be. Didn't I must not have saved. Oops. There we go. Weird. But it's fine. Okay, so now this will work under mscripten. So the Sparky mscripten will be deprecated now. Oh goodness me, that's gonna be annoying. Because we're gonna have to, oh man. Oh man. Not gonna be a good time. In fact, for now, let's just do a find replace with that. 37 occurrences. Wow, we did a lot of stuff there. Hopefully it's all good though. Okay, this is much better now. And if instead of if-def, we should deviate that other thing, but we'll see. Because I assume that this stuff, I mean, the web, like this sound manager stuff through JavaScript isn't going to work on like Android, but this stuff isn't going to work on Android either, so there are a few interesting problems we have as a result of all this, so it's fine. Okay, so we might do something else now. Just thinking of what to do. Okay. Yeah, I've heard DirectX 11 is pretty good. Maybe I'll write a Sparky backend for that eventually. Who knows? I just don't see a need to. At least not for Sparky. I still want to learn it eventually, but it'd be a bit weird because predominantly we're using platforms that aren't going to... The only platform which will support is Windows, and then we've got, like, you know, web, Android, iOS, possibly. And Mac and Linux, which all need OpenGL, so yeah. And it's not Cherno Engine, it's Sparky. Cherno Engine is old school. Okay, this is good. Yeah, so what we'll start doing eventually is making a game. We're going to start making a game. And we'll obviously see when we run into things like that need fixing, we'll be able to, well, run into them and fix them. So that's probably the best thing to do. But other than that, we're going to just think about a few other things that we need to do here. So, okay, well, that's easy. Easy enough. Why not? I just randomly clicked on that file and saw this, so. That doesn't return anything, does it? No. Whoops. Renderable. Renderable. Alright. Yeah, entities and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, these warnings though, man. They just keep getting bigger. I don't know. I got rid of all of them. This API entry macro. Oh, excuse me. This stuff isn't even my code, and it's just lol. That is my code. Yoink. Yoink. I feel like everything should just include this. Alright. I wish we had like a common header, but you know. Ugh, this stuff. It doesn't matter. We're on warnings 2 for oh, I hit rebuild. Whoops. Alright. I think the other thing we're going to do is Is this done? Sure is. Okay, this is release mode. Let's just check that works. Oh, it's rebuilding everything again. What are you doing, Visual Studio? I'm kind of almost running out of things to do. I know there's still tons, but running out of things I can be bothered to do. I don't know if I'll have... No, I should probably do masking. Oh. Oh, that's a big task. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow possibly. I might stream again tomorrow if I have time. Yeah, I probably will. Yeah, I will. I'll stream tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I'm going to do rendering to textures. The reason is that's incredibly important for Android, because typically for mobile you want to for Android especially, you want to render at a smaller resolution than the screen, because the screens on these things are like up to 4K. So like my phone, which is the Galaxy Note 4, this thing has a 2560 by 1440 resolution. Like, you know, it's this big. So the graphics processor in this just isn't going to be able to render complex scenes at 2560 by 1440. So you typically render it like 1280 by 720, for example, and then just upscale it. Obviously, we have no way of doing that right now. It's not as important for PC, although it can be, certainly, especially if you're going for like a retro look. So we want to render to a texture and then basically render that smaller texture that's like 1280 by 720 onto a quad that is like 2560 by 1440. So we have to put in basically a frame buffer class and like ways to render to textures. The reason that's also very important, apart from scaling, basically, is for stuff like post-processing, right? So if we want to add stuff like bloom or some kind of weird shader, like a outline cartoony shader, or I don't know, blur shader, any of that kind of stuff, any post, like color correction and lookup tables and whatnot, all that stuff. We want to what was I saying? Yeah, we want to obviously do that to the texture that we're rendering. So we have to render to texture as well. So we'll definitely do that tomorrow. I'm not done yet though. I'll probably stream for another hour or so. I'm not wrapping up just yet. I just started, I think, like an hour ago. So we're gonna do a few things though. But right now we're going to do masking, so that should be exciting. So masking generally should be fairly easy, and it's going to be, it shouldn't be too hard. But basically what we're going to do is create some way to mask, and we'll have a mask probably for a renderer. So the whole idea of masking is basically having a texture that you can overlay, and then what you will do is you will essentially multiply the pixels between whatever you're rendering and that mask texture. So think of it, I mean, the best way to show you guys is probably like something like After Effects. And I'm also gonna, whatever, just let me in. I'm probably also going to I'm looking this up as well because I just want to see exactly how we should do this. I think it's just multiply though. Must be the first time I run After Effects on this account. So let's quickly make a new composition. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so say we have a layer that's just kind of red. Let's make it smaller though. Okay, so let's just say we have like a sprite that's 512 by 512. Yeah, so what we want to do as well is essentially have a mask on top of that. So there's two ways we could do that, right? And I'm sorry, this is turning into like a video kind of After Effects tutorial, but essentially a mask is basically kind of this thing, okay? So we can have essentially a rectangle that we can. This is more clipping than masking really, but you'll see how it will turn into masking in a minute. So we can have this kind of thing. So you can do masking this. You can use masking for this as well, but this is more or less clipping. But masking is essentially the stuff that you kind of do inside here, which might be, you know, like feathering, like that kind of thing, right? So you want to do like maybe a fade out, maybe you're making some layouts or something, like a UI, and you want to have an animation that kind of just goes like that, and you want to basically use masks and whatnot for that. But the point is the engine should support that, because this almost looks like a lighting effect, but really you can do some pretty cool things with this. The other cool thing is that in regards to masking versus clipping and whatnot, you can do some pretty crazy things with this, right? So you could do something like that, for example, right? And that wouldn't be clipping. And again, you can feather that, and you can see we get like almost a blurred look really easily, and this is very cheap to do as well, because that's essentially what the mask will be. The other thing is, masks will more or less, they won't, this is like After Effects' masks, but masks in the game engine will be more like this. So we'll have like a solid that's just, say, black, right? So here's a black solid, this is our mask, okay? I'll make this transparent so you can kind of see what's going on. And essentially what we do is we have, so I'll actually make this into its own composition here. As a composition. Let's just say in here we have some, we can even do this actually. Let's just generate some noise real quick. So we've got some noise. Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant fractal noise. So we've got some fractal noise. You can see this is all black and white, by the way. Let's scale it a bit though. Transform, scale. And we'll contrast it a bit more as well. So say we have something like this. This is more or less a mask, right? And then over here, what we can do is essentially, if we want to apply the mask to our current scene, which is just that, then we can just set the track mat to like, I don't know which way you want to do it. Probably, yeah. So doing that will basically make everything that's white completely invisible. This is, yeah, that is an inverted, isn't it? We do probably want to do it that way though, I assume, because otherwise, yeah. So we'll do it inverted. So anything that's, in this case, anything that's white will essentially be removed, and anything that's black will kind of stay, right? So that way, if we kind of bring the mask on, and knowing that, I might just invert the colors here. Why is there a text layer? So invert. And you can see we can generate some pretty cool things with that, with masking. Alright, so we can do like that. And you can see that is pretty cool because, of course, that's transparent. So if we had something under that, such as a more of a blue kind of thing, that kind of gets shown through. So it's very cool in the sense that, if I just bring that as well, it's pretty cool in the sense that, you know, it's works properly. Okay, so that's the idea, and then we simply have to compare the pixels and multiply them, and obviously stuff with low alpha will get blended properly, and everything should be the best. So that's the idea of what we're going to be doing. It's called masking. It's very similar to clipping as well, which we might do later. Cool. So we'll start with that. Essentially we need a texture, so let's quickly make a texture in Paint .net. We'll make this thing kind of the size of our screen, which is 1280 by 720. So let's just, we could try something like a vignette, but let's just try something a bit more, a bit cooler. Maybe like, oh, I don't know. Let's just write Cherno. That's usually a good way to go. Oh, I forgot how absolutely shocking. Oh, this might actually be easy to do in Paint. Probably won't be actually. I forgot how shocking the text stuff is in Paint.net. It's absolutely just hideously bad. Okay, so we've written Cherno. Oh my god, see, this is what I mean. It's absolutely horrendous. You have to be basically right the first time, otherwise you're screwed. So we'll just do that. We can probably do an invert thing as well very easily in code. So it doesn't matter what color's which, because you can always just invert it. And we'll probably say that anything outside the texture and whatnot, that'll be fine as well. We'll have one slide. So we'll save this into Sparky Core. See, the cool thing is we don't have to do this anymore because we've got a sandbox, so we can save stuff into sandbox resources, which is good. So mask.png, and make sure it's 32. It doesn't matter. Actually, this can be 24-bit. We won't be looking at the alpha channel anyway. Well, at least we might not be. Okay, so at the moment this works pretty. It's really quite simple. We do have to modify our shaders though. So we'll quickly go into Shader Factory. So default shader vert. Basically, this needs to take in a few things. It doesn't. So over here, we've got our uniform sampler textures. So we'll add in a uniform sampler 2D mask texture. Okay. And this will be in batch renderer. Whoops. So basically, I better put this into renderer 2D. This is like a state-based thing as well. So protected. So texture mask. You even in here? No. Okay. So that's more or less the rendering thing. So void set mask mask texture. Well, did I call it that? Oh, I didn't. Mask. Oh, mask texture was the other thing. So we'll do that. Okay, so where were we? Oh, I was moving this up here. Yeah, see, like this stuff. I mean, right now we did fix the macro, but still. Okay, so there should be a const as well. We should never be modifying this texture. Okay, so then what happens is basically over here. See, the other problem we have is we have no idea. The cool thing that we could do if we knew was have it automatically set the uniforms per shader, and that's what we might do in the future. We might kind of change that up, but for now all we can do is basically say, whoops, that we need to have a texture slot for it and everything, which is a bit unfortunate because it does use up one of our texture slots. We'll probably set it to be the last one, so 31. There are a few problems with that though that I just don't like. Yeah. Okay, here's what we're gonna, well, yeah, we kind of have to though. So GL active texture. So we'll bind, we can just call mask.bind. But this will have to be basically the last one, which at the moment is 31, but yeah, it's just a bit annoying. And then renderer max textures will have to basically be 32 minus 1 instead. So 1 for the mask. So yeah, I don't know. It's alright. We can deal with that. Cool. So what we'll do now, so we can get the texture in, which is good. And then obviously when we do set the mask per shader, like at the moment, our layer kind of takes care of that. So where we do all of this stuff, we also basically need to be like, hey, shader, first of all, this gets reduced. Oh, no, that's the nice thing about this. We don't need that. Textures will do it for us. So 31 will just be the, what did I do here? Yeah. Okay, so the nice thing about this is, yeah, it'll do it for us because it's just 31. So now we should have our texture there, right? If I were to test this by going into game, which is really sandbox. In fact, that's just really silly. Rename sandbox. Because I keep like forgetting what it's called, and it should be sandbox. Let's pin this. Okay, so what we'll do is we will renderer. So layer renderer no. How do we access the renderer? We don't. That's the trick. Yeah, this is just really annoying, really. We can't even get the renderer at all. So that's fun. I guess we can set it for the layer though. So layer is really supposed to be a high level wrapper for renderer. So yeah. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we will make a I don't even know if I want to do that though. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to do a like. I don't even know if I want to do like a wrapper for a renderer, because like why would you do, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't see the benefit. I guess it's just like you wouldn't have to call the renderer, you can just call the layer, but like still I just don't. I guess it can't hurt though. Yeah. I'm still a bit lol about it, but so set masks, like it's just complete and utter copy basically. So this is going to be no, it's not going to be const, because it's going to does that qualify as const? It actually might, because we're not setting, I don't know if it does, because renderer isn't const. None of those are const though, are they? No, they're not. What? Did I did put that in though, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. Oh yeah, no, I don't need that. I just realized that was incredibly stupid. So let's get rid of set mask here, and let's pop it into here. I mean, you can make it virtual if you like. I'm probably going to make everything virtual because there's no reason not to, really. Okay. So this should be better. We should have probably an error round about here, which is the set mask to mask. Okay, cool. So while that's compiling, see. Okay, back to reality. Okay, so we should have it now, I think. Let's get Sandbox to load the mask. So layer, set mask, new texture. We should probably delete that as well. I don't know where it will get deleted from, whatever. So call it mask. Do we really need to give it a name? Is that really a thing? No, we don't need to, do we? Oh, we do. That's weird. Okay, I'll call it mask. That's a bit weird. Whoops. Res. Oh man. Res mask.png. So we've got a mask now. So we should be able to verify this pretty easily by just going into our shader. So let's just make sure everything's still working. Whoops. Ah. It's inline. We did not need to make an inline. Metrics. Okay. Okay, everything's working here. So now instead of in our shader, instead of using this, we'll just use the mask texture. And we should see a difference. We should see it draw the mask texture, basically. Ignore that. Okay. What? That was a bit weird. Oh, wait, I'm an absolute knob. I don't know why I thought this would take care of it. Actually kind of well. We don't need to have a mask texture. We can just say that the textures at last index is the mask texture. It is a bit lol, and I don't really want to do that, I don't think, because it'll just be confusing to kind of read. So I'll do this instead, but yeah, I'm an absolute knob. So mask texture 32. Okay, now it should work. You know, or not. In fact, everything just broke there. Like, absolutely everything just broke. Like, the FPS, everything. Why? Oh, this is still like that. Maybe that's why. I don't think so, but, you know, you never know. It can be fierce. No. No, I don't think so. Alright. What up? What is up? Texture 31. Oh, what does bind do? Okay, good. I thought bind might set this like back to 0. That is just... Oh, well, actually I do know why that happened, because that would have made everything that texture. But I don't know if I was expecting that or not, though, because I kind of was. I'm just not seeing that. So let's quickly just verify this on release mode as well. Go away. Name mask. What's the width night? Yeah, it's fine. It's loaded it okay. Yeah. So that's definitely fine. So I'm missing something. I'm not sure what though. Let's take a look at that shader one more time. Mask texture. That would have been set. We don't care about this though. No, we don't. Oh, this would be 0. No, it shouldn't be. Let's just quickly take a look at this though. Why is that not working? That's extremely bizarre. 31. Maybe that's the dodginess. Wait, hold on. I know why. Oh my goodness. I set it to 32 here. Why did I do that? Oh, don't even, man. Cherno.tired. Okay, there we go. So now it's like Cherno everywhere, which is good because that's our mask. Let's go back to. Let's go back to what land are we going back to? The shader land. The land of the shaders. Undo this stuff. Alright. Good. So that should now work. As per usual. Yay. Okay, cool. So now we've done that, we can go back to whatever this was before, which is that. We can actually do the mask stuff properly. So the mask is going to be pretty much the shader stuff. It's pretty simple in terms of what's actually going on. So we'll have in out data, we'll basically have a mask kind of texture coordinate. So we'll call it something like, so we've got UV mask UV. I don't know if I should put this, like, I might put this kind of down here though, in this territory, because it's like all of these right now are like attributes. This one is kind of dodge, so not really dodge, but a bit different. That's all I want to say. And we'll just set. It's a bit hard to program shaders in this. Mask UV. So this will be GL position. So GL position I think should be between like -1 and 1. So really it's just times 0.5 plus 0.5. So that'll make it in between -0.5 and 0.5, and adding 0.5 to it will make it in between 0 and 1, which is what we want. So we've got this now, which means that we've got we haven't done positions yet for the mask, which is fine. But we should have the mask like on the screen, kind of, which is good. I believe. So now what we should do is essentially just multiply it together. So over here, we'll take in our mask color, which will just be a texture mask texture mask UV times mask color. Okay, so not sure what will happen here, but we'll see, I guess. This might be a bit difficult to do as well. Oh, a nice error. Great. Pause. Mask UV undefined variable, and that's in which shader? Fragment. Yeah, that's because I didn't do VSN. VSN, or FSN rather. Oh, perfect. Done. So there's the, I didn't expect that to work that easily. Cool. So there's our mask, right? So everything that's black obviously doesn't get rendered because it's 0, and anything times 0 will be 0. Anything that white will be rendered, and then this is just basically stretched on the screen. So really all we have to do, yeah, okay. So all we have to do really is provide some kind of like view matrix or model matrix, some kind of transformation matrix for this, and then it will be multiplied with GL position probably. And then we'll have a texture coordinate. Okay. Yeah, so if I want to scale this and change it, I'm going to have to do something a bit fancy. I feel like all right. So here's what we're going to do. Mask matrix. Multiply that, and then Okay, well, so we'll see if this, we'll see what this gives us at least. Shader sets uniform mat 4 mask matrix. So let's just try like translation. Is this gonna work? Do we have? No, we don't. Okay, so what are we translating it at? What do we need here? Vec3? Yeah, thought so. Considering I wrote this. Translate it like 50 maybe. See what this sucker gets us. It's not even enabled, is it? Oh, this is going to be a nice little disaster. Oh, and that didn't work at all. Enable. I don't even know. Is the shader enabled? No, it's not. Okay, so that worked. Let's quickly do this. Does this enable the shader? No, it's weird. Because this stuff like happens anyway. I guess the shader's just permanently enabled then. Okay, so mask. Let's try this quickly. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so it's just not working. That's fun. I mean, I'm a bit suspicious. I wish I had my log stuff for the mask. Sparky fatal. This is pretty fatal. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's working, so I'm a bit sussed. Yeah. Okay, nothing's happening. That is fun. That is not what I expected at all. Okay, Mr. Shader. GL position. So GL position, -1 to 1. We multiply. That's... what? This is very, very weird. I actually have no idea. XY, huh? I mean, I guess that's like, legit. We might need to like normalize it or something. Vec2 for thing. Let's just examine this a bit better. Okay, so we got thing.xy. Let's make sure that didn't break the shader real quick. I'm sure that will compile just fine. Alright, cool. Still good. Oh, by normalize I meant invert, not normalize. Whoops. So get uniform location should have worked. Unfortunately, I'm an absolute knob when it comes to this. Let's put some extra logging in there. Light position. Yeah, that's fine. That was red. What is that? Why is there a thing at the end? Light position, that's fair enough. I mean, we don't have a light position. Yeah, it definitely worked. Sorry, I'm just gonna change this to like 1 or something. Because it's just very, very fatal looking. Okay, so let's try this. So we'll do this to a vec4. That did nothing. Okay, let's try a scale. Instead. By mask, why not? That's actually going to be weird. We'll see if this even works because it's going to be 0, so, okay. Cool. Oh, it totally works. Why does translate not work? Whoa. Why does translate not work? That's a bit weird. It's got repeat. So the texture is repeating, not quamping. Well, I guess repeat's the default one. I haven't said anything, so it's gotta be the default one. So why does that work and then the other thing doesn't? It's a little bit weird. Let's go back to this. Because now that that happened, I'm even more suspicious. Okay, well, best. Okay, let's try this. We'll do translation. So we'll set the speed to like 0, 1. Yeah. That's like not doing anything. Now I'm becoming a bit suspicious with my translation matrix. Let's try rotation. That's gonna be difficult. Mask.x. Ooh, 001. Maybe not. It should totally accept that though. That works. What is wrong with my translation? Oh, that's cool. It masks that as well. Well, obviously, but still. What? What is up, man? This ain't cool. Chono was stumped right now. Stumped is the word. Where's my water? I need some liquid. I filled this up with like boiling water 12 hours ago. More, 12 and a half hours ago, and it's still like legitimately warm. It's the best. Just for some sanity, I'm going to check to make sure that, like, you know, this is working. I don't even, where am I even setting that though? Ah, position. What? Wait, actually, what happened there? What? What? Okay. What? Did I accidentally type a character or something? No, I didn't. What is happening right now? I just uncommented that. And now Sparky just won't run. Did I do something? Did you guys see what I did? Because I can't, it won't load my font anymore. I just deleted the resources folder. What? 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 Holy shit. What just happened? I'm gonna have to watch that. How did it, what? It's here though. Wait, it's in shaders now. Oh, I moved into shaders. Holy shit. How did I do that? Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh, I didn't even notice that. So rotation's the best. Oh, the sprite's not moving. Oh, but the sprite's not moving because I'm not like moving the sprite. Holy crap. This is a haunted live stream. Yeah, see, that totally works. And the rotation, the rotation's the best. And it moves up and down and everything. I like the rotation. Do, 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 do. Oh. My translation is haunted. I don't know, man. I don't know. Takes in a vec3. That seems pretty legit to me. Why don't you take in mask? Oh, I was very surprised there. I thought the mask moved, but it fudging didn't. So what are the texture coordinates? Let's go into Shader Factory. Something's very weird. If only we had a I'm getting sick of this like requirement to have a vec3 everywhere. Try that. No. No, it's not having any of this. Okay, let's do this. Let's draw. Oops. Let's draw a... What's our -16, eh? Let's draw a full screen quad here. Don't really care what it is. We can make it a color. Okay, so we should have a, whoops. We should have a full screen quad. Oh my goodness, maybe not, maybe we don't. What is up there? Oh, I made the width and height. I made it -9 for the width, and that apparently just worked fine. Didn't complain, and that it's still not working. What the fudge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What am I doing, man? Like, that's, what is this? What am I doing? I'm absolutely nuts right now. I haven't streamed in a while, I've just forgotten everything. Okay, so mask. The reason I did this is because I want to actually look at the texture coordinates, because I just don't believe this at all. So let's look at this. So this mask UV is going to be, so if, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, this is the worst, man. Give me some lines. Else. Text color equals let's take a look at this real quick. So this should be like 0. This should be like kind of, yeah. Okay, those are the texture coordinates I would expect. And when I translate, they don't change at all. Oh, well, they're not supposed to translate. I mean, they're not supposed to change. Let's set this to mask. Now they should change. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, no, they are. They are set to mask. Oh.